If you found this video, you're probably trying to figure out how to change the washer pump on the reservoir of your Ram diesel. This is a Ram 3.0 Ecodiesel, and I struggled to find the video or information on how to change out the washer pump. There is a couple of videos on Ram diesels, Ram 1500 pickup trucks from 1A Auto that does an awesome job. However, I have a 2014 Ram Ecodiesel 1500, and when I looked at their video, what it showed was that I would have to take this part off right here. I would have to remove the grill, and then I should be able to see the reservoir at the front. Unfortunately, that's not the way it is on mine. On mine, sure, the reservoir is right here, but you cannot get to the reservoir from either this side, you can't get to the pump from this side, and you can't do anything useful other than cuss about Ram engineering. So I finally found something online that said that you had to go up through from the bottom, and in order to do that, you have to remove the liner, the wheel well liner on the left front of your Ecodiesel. Once you get it done, or once you get into it, it's a fairly straightforward process, just a little bit of a hassle, as you can see by the mess all over my floor. I'll quickly try and walk you through what I wound up doing. I brought it into the garage. I turned the wheel, cocked it a little bit to the left so that I would have some room to get underneath. Let me bring up the light. You can kind of see where I've loosened the wheel well liner and dropped it down. It's not completely off. I didn't have to take the ones off, the snaps that or push pins that come in from the engine side down low, so it's still attached there. But what I did have to do was to remove 8mm remove bolts all the way around the front here. There was a push pin somewhere right along here that was a little bit of a bear to get out. There's a couple other push pin locations that are, again, a challenge to get out. Let me see if I can see it. Okay, you see this bump right here? That has a push pin on it, and I had to pull this down to put a pry bar back behind it, and I ultimately wound up using something like this to get behind it and prise it off. There's another one on the other side, back in there somewhere. I don't think you can see it, but you'll obviously find it. You have to just do the best you can to get in and prise it off. Once you drop this, I hope this video is turning out right. I'm not a video person. Once you drop this down, you can access the washer pump and the reservoir. Let me get a little bit of light up there. Okay, there's the light. Where's that with my knee? So there's the light. This is your reservoir here, and get a little angle on this. Sorry about that. So what you do once you get it off is you probably have a full reservoir because the pump wasn't working. So you need to drain the reservoir. To do that, you wiggle this hose off. It's on there pretty good, and it'll start leaking all over the place unless you have something underneath to catch the water, the washer fluid. Then on the original pump, it looks very much like this, but on the original pump, it has a tab sticking up back here that it snaps once you push it. Once you push the pump down in, the tip of the pump goes down into the reservoir through a rubber grommet that seals it up. and then you push it hard back in there. The original has a snap. This one does not. It just simply friction fits right along here. This is the electrical components, and in order to get those off, you can just use a flat screwdriver to prise it up and slip it off. What I wound up having to do is, once I pulled this out, prise this out and get this taken out of the reservoir, there's a grommet here. Well, I went ahead and took that out, and then I had a great flood of coolant coming out, and I'll show you this. I got lots of stuff that came out, flushed itself out onto the this old sheet I put down here to pick up extra water. And I didn't realize it when I took the old grommet out. When I prized out the old grommet that's right underneath the pump, it actually has a filter on it, and it was so dirty I didn't realize it. I thought it was just a long extension on the grommet. I'll show you the filter hopefully somewhere at the end of this. But so I put it back in there. I didn't put the filter in it. I've got to pull this out again, and I'm going to take the grommet that came with the pump and replace it with the original that has a filter on it, because I'm pretty sure that because all the dirty stuff that came flushing out when I removed the grommet is why the filter was clogged, and probably why the pump failed. So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully this is useful to you. It is for a 2014 Ram Laramie 1500 Ecodiesel. And it's not horrible. It's just mind-blowing that this is how much trouble it would be to get to swap out a pump. So there you have it. I will maybe shoot a picture of the filter. All I did was take it out and wash it off really good. And now I'm going to replace the filter grommet and remove the little collar grommet that they gave me from the AutoZone. AutoZone charged probably, I think it was about 30 bucks for the pump. It seems to work well. I did a test on it. I don't know how much they would charge you for this, but I believe I saw that pump for sale for $60–70 in some of the markets, and there are other costs that are even significantly higher than that. I wouldn't hazard a guess at how much they would charge you for labor, but I can't imagine them not charging you at least an hour at $170–200. So you can save yourself a couple $100 by doing this. Before you do all this, I would tell you, make sure you check the fuse, and I'll show you the fuse, because what a pain in the you know what it was to figure out which fuse. I think I just lost my light. This is the fuse box on top.